Hello, hello, hello. It's so funny. This is bright fuchsia, but for some reason it looks like I'm wearing orange, which I am not. Hello, Tina Marie. I love your headdress. That's beautiful. Hi, Cheryl. Hi, Andrea. Hi, Tanya. Hi, Leith. Hello, my darlings. So we had 53 people that signed up for this masterclass. So let's see how many of those people actually show up. You know who's here? The people that are supposed to be here. The people that Jesus sent, people that God sent, the people that are meant to hear this amazing conversation. So welcome. This is my first time publicly having this conversation. Okay, good. So someone is okay, perfect. All right. Really? Hi, sweet girl. Okay, well, happy Friday afternoon, everyone. Happy Shabbat Shalom. All that other beautifulness that occurs on a Friday. I'm about to go have high tea with some of my favorite people. Actually, my friend Linda is here. Linda and I are taking a pranic crystal training class together this weekend out in Roslyn, which is about a half an hour from here. My sister lives over there, so we're actually going to get to have a meal with her on Sunday, and I'm delighted for that. She has a gorgeous home, several $1 million home overlooking the bay. So we're going to get to go do that. We're going to eat Greek food and we're going to eat Mexican food because Linda is a vegan. You can show us your beautiful face. In fact, you know what you could do, Lovey? You can use that O root. She happens to be in the room. Is that through Master Co? Actually, no, it's through Master Maralog and Master Glenn, who are two of the 14 that were ordained by Master Choa. I have 8 very heavy books on the floor, all my pranic healing books.
Master Falco Sui?
Master
Yes.
Choa. Yes. This is
Yes.
the beginning book. So, Tina, you'll appreciate this. I took my first class middle of June, that second weekend in June, and I have now taken 10 classes in 10 weeks. And I'm about to take another one this weekend. And then, hi, Linny. Oh, one of my best friends just showed up. Hey, sweetheart. And then I'm hosting Dawn Myers, who's my teacher, to come and teach basic here in the sanctuary in Long Island. And then the following weekend, she's going to teach advanced and psychotherapy. Listen, I am obsessed. I am obsessed with pranic healing. Like, oh my God. Yes, I have that one upstairs. I love the chakras. So, pranic healing, I got to tell you, pranic healing is how Jesus said that he healed. There's a beautiful book called The Secret Life of Yeshua by a man named Daniel Merwa. Unfortunately, it's out of print right now. But in it, Merwa was given access to Yeshua's Akashic records. So he's literally writing his whole life down. And he's written it down in these 2 books, volume 1 and volume 2. And in it, there's this scene where Jesus literally describes him using energy that's coming out of his hands and his fingertips, which is what pranic healing is. And I've just been obsessed. I know, like you can't not buy all the books. But
I have all of them.
Tina, here's the crazy thing, my love. Yeshua said to me that Master Choa Koksui is an aspect of him. And he came in Chinese in the Philippines when he was born. He didn't want to, he needed the Chinese lineage, but he didn't want to have the politics of China. So he had himself born into a wealthy, educated family. At 5 years old, he started studying comparative religions. And he studied Christianity, and he studied Buddhism, and he studied Kabbalah. And so one of the first times I had a session, and this has to do with the topic at hand, I promise you. The first time that I ever have a session, I'm hearing the guy going like spraying, like, I'm hearing this in the background. And I'm like, what the hell's going, what is that noise? I couldn't imagine for the life of me. And what happens is when you're doing this pranic healing, you're pulling congestion out of people. So anyway, I could talk about that forever, but that's not what we're here to do today. So today the conversation is called God Writes the Paycheck. When I first started in this coaching online world, I was making about $3,000 a month. And then my first month in business, I made $63,000. And I was like, wait, what just happened? How did, wait, oh, this is the wrong, I'm so sorry. This is the wrong masterclass. Okay. So for everyone who's not signed up for the masterclass that I have coming, when is that? What? Good Lord. I'm just too excited by today. I'm so sorry.
Next week.
Okay. So today is permission. Today is permission, manifestation through free will. Okay. Well, look, it's all connected. Look, it's all connected. It's all about your relationship with God. So, all right. One of the things that I did was I gave myself permission to have money, to have six-figure months, to make money working online. Come on, to have the freedom to take the afternoon off and take the people that I love out for high tea, to send people on first class tickets to Europe, to take my second trip to France this year for my birthday, because I want to be in France for my birthday, to take two women that I just adore, two of my favorite people in my life. So here's how the whole thing about permission came about for me. I was in, okay, well, it makes more sense if there's 11 of us here. Hi, Terry. Aw. You are supposed to be here today, my love. It's good to see you. I haven't seen you in a while. I'm really glad you're here. And again, I'm in love with the headpiece. So let's see. Linda, did you see Terry? You know, you can, do you know how to use that O-ring? You can like leave the phone there and you don't have to hold it with your hand. Linda's in the room. Linda's in the house. I'm thrilled that she's here. Anyway, okay. So I'm taking this class with one of my dear girlfriends. Her name is Leia, and it's called Evidence. And we're looking in our lives for evidence or things that we want to have evidence about. And she says, okay, what's the thing that you want to have? And I said, I want to have complete integrity and congruity with my, finances. And she's like, ew, does that turn you on? Does that excite you? You're a generator. You're supposed to be having fun. And I'm like, not really. She goes, what would be fun for you? And I said, knowing that I am financially free. And something inside of me unlocked. It went, and that was 3 months ago. And it's been like over 100,000. Like the money's just literally falling from the sky. And I was thinking about it, and I was having a conversation with Jesus, as I'm prone to do, because as a psychic and a medium and a full body trance channel and as an oracle, I talk to him all the time. And he said, you gave yourself permission. He said, this is the right use of free will. He said, when you give yourself permission, because I kept myself in this conversation where I just felt locked up all the time. And he said, when you can give yourself permission to have what you desire, because you got to understand that our desires come from God. And I'm definitely going to talk about this when we go into the class next week about God writes the paycheck. Giving oneself permission means, and my mentor Melanie just wrote this quote the other day, and she said, you can have everything that you dream and desire of having, but the reason that you don't have it is because you think that you don't deserve it. And I was like, say it again for the people in the back. You can have everything that you dream of and that you desire, except you think that you don't deserve it. So I just need a really honest moment with everybody. Is there anybody here who is challenged with self-esteem? Please raise your hand. Okay, right? What happens is we are raised in a society that says, don't be too loud, don't be too pretty, don't be too sexy, let the men lead the way. If any of us are men here, okay, no, we're not. And if any men are watching, here's the deal, guys. You just need to understand that we as women were raised to be the second class citizens. And I don't mean to like burn my bra and, do this whole feminist thing, but I'm telling you that we were raised in a world like no one came up to you and said, you're the most beautiful thing in the world. I remember I was about to march in the Macy's Day Parade and I was dressed up as a high stepper, like a pom-pom girl in high school. And I looked in the mirror and I felt really cute that day. My mom had put a little makeup on. My dad was visiting from California. And I looked at them and I said, I'm really beautiful, aren't I? And I was so severely shamed. You can't say that about yourself. You can't ever make those kind of statements. And I was like, wow, I felt so ugly. And like, who looks at us and goes, God, you're so amazing. I love you. You're so beautiful. Thank you for everything you bring to the world. You're magnificent. God was having a really great day the day that she created you. Like, when do we get to hear that? But I'm here to tell you that when we give permission to ourselves to be the greatest version of ourselves, that's what we're here to do. So, what I'm going to ask of each of us to do is to make a list of all of the thoughts that we have about ourselves that are less than kind, that are less than generous, that are less than caring. This woman said to me years ago, she knocked over a vase and I heard her say this and she said, oh, that's so unlike me. And I thought, oh my God, isn't that great? Like when we do something, imagine if we go, oh my God, that's so unlike me, instead of like beating ourselves up for things. Anybody here guilty of beating themselves up for things? Feeling guilt, feeling shame, like I can forgive others, but it's really hard for me to forgive myself, or that's ever been a pattern in the past. When you give yourself permission, so I want you all to close your eyes for a moment. And I just want you to take a beautiful breath in through the nose. Let it really fill you up. Pause for a moment. And as you exhale through the mouth, just allow your consciousness to start to drift down towards the heart. Take another beautiful inhale in through the nose, a little longer, a little deeper, a little slower. Pause at the top. And then exhale and release through the mouth. And once again, sink down towards the heart. One more beautiful inhale in with all the gusto that you have. Breathe in really deeply, a big, big breath in. Breathe it in, breathe it in. Pause, and then exhale and release, and just really allow yourself to come to your heart. Here's the truth of every one of us. God decided that we needed to be here. God said, I need you to go down to earth. I need you to forget who you are, and then I need you to spend the rest of your life remembering. And I'm here to tell you that the best version of you is magnificent. And when we give ourselves permission through free will, every thought we think, every word that we speak, we're manifesting. You need to understand the power of this. You need to understand the importance of this. Every time we think a thought, we are literally putting an order into the quantum realm. Every thought that we think manifests. Linda had to leave the room. She's coughing. She didn't want to cough. We went to a workshop a couple weeks ago. We were up at the Omega Institute. This is how spirit works in my life. We were driving together because we were staying at a hotel in Poughkeepsie, about a half an hour from the retreat center, because it was new and it was pretty and it wasn't in the woods and there weren't spiders and bugs. I'm definitely more of a bougie girl that way. It's okay. So we drove to the retreat and back Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And Thursday morning, I wake up and Jesus says to me, take your own car today. I'm like, okay. I don't know why. So I said to Linda, I know you've been driving us, but I was told to bring my own car today. She's like, okay. And then Friday was the last day and we checked out of the hotel. So I brought my own car. She literally got home on Saturday and she had COVID. I didn't, because I wasn't in the car with her. And I said to Yeshua, is that why you had me drive separately? And he goes, yep. That was her prime incubation period and you would have gotten it. So, by the grace of God, Spirit saves us from the things that we're supposed to have and things we're not supposed to have. Anyway, you are an act of God. So imagine if God is like the sun, and then there's these sunbeams that come off. Every single one of us is a sunbeam. I look at you, Cheryl, and I see such kindness. I also see that beautiful kitty behind your head. I do, I do. Tina Marie, I look at you and you just sparkle. You just glimmer. I see beauty when I look at you. The eyes are the windows of the soul. Andrea, you have a heart of gold. Oh my God. But you're shy to show it to people because you're afraid that people are going to hurt you. I see you. I see you. I know you. Thank you for being here. My sweet Lee, I've missed you. I know you've been on adventures everywhere, young lady, but I want you to know that I miss you. We still have a few appointments to do together. But the thing that I love is the friendship that you have with the girls, with with Penny and with Maria and the others, that little trip that you guys always take together. There's a way that it's easy for people to be friends with you. And I love that quality about you. And I'm thrilled that you're in my world. So hurry up and finish with your stuff so we can get back to us. I look forward to that. Terry! Listen, Linda, our sweet Linda, Linda brought in two people into my world. She brought in her cousin Carol and she brought in Terry. And Terry is one of these people who just was willing to say, yes, I'm more committed to the truth than I am to the history and everything that I was ever taught. And I'm willing. And that's what I love about you, Terry, is your willingness. And I see that in you. And I love you for it. Thank you for saying yes. Oh my God, my Miss Tanya. Okay, so Tanya has taken my world by storm. This woman came into my world and she is here for all of it. And Tanya, I love that about you, baby. I love that you were like, I'm willing to do whatever it takes. And you do. And I see you and I love you. Okay, I'm very blessed because my best friend is here. Her name is Veronica. I think she's driving. But we met, good Lord, we were both living in San Francisco in the Bay Area. And we were doing shamans groups. And I was the hostess for one of them. And I saw her sitting on the floor and she just looked like her heart was broken. And she felt like family. Oops, sorry, telemarketer's trying to get through. I love you, telemarketer, just can't talk to you. My mother, this is what my mother does when a telemarketer comes in. She goes, hello? I'm like, what are you doing? She goes, that's my angry voice. I don't know who they are. I said, Mom, you could just not accept the call. Anyway, there's Veronica. Hi, baby. So I called her over with my finger. I like wagged her over. She came, she curled up in my lap. She's this tiny little thing. And she's just like been there forever. She's so precious to me. She is a doctor. She is a mother. She is the youngest, hottest grandmother that I know. She has two adorable little grandbabies. She is a Peruvian hot-blooded hothead. She speaks her truth. And she's just one of my favorite people in the world. And she wears the moniker of being my best friend. So there's that. And we lead retreats around the world called the Halls of the Goddess. Linny is on her iPhone. I think she's at lunch. Lynn is another one of my best friends. Lynn is my local bestie. We get together for meals on the weekends and we kind of catch up. We know each other from church. She is part of the prayer shawl ministry that my mom is also a part of. And Lynn has one of the kindest, most generous hearts. She also has a little wicked sense of humor. So we have fun laughing at things. And I just adore her, just absolutely adore her. And then there's Linda, my precious Linda, who's in the other room, no longer coughing. But Linda is one of those people who came into my life and is just here to stay. She signed up for everything. She's doing everything. I'm like, oh, you live in Pennsylvania. You want to come up for the weekend and stay and we can go to the workshop together? And she's like, sure. So she really drove her car. I'm like, I'm taking us all out for high tea. What we need to be able to see in each other is what I just reflected to each of you. We need to be able to look in the mirror and give ourselves permission to say, God, I'm willing to see my own beauty. God, I'm willing to see my own goodness. There's one person that I haven't spoken of because I know that if I start to talk about her, I'm going to cry. And that's my beloved Priyanka. I just put my makeup on. God damn it. So 4 years ago, when I started this journey of being online, there's a community on Facebook that's called Women Helping Women Entrepreneurs. And at the time, it seemed like this behemoth. There were 400,000 in women in the program. I think there's like 800 or 900,000 women in the program right now, but they're all women entrepreneurs. And so I type in and I go, I need a VA. I need him to be psychic. I need somebody who's going to understand me from the inside out. And Priyanka answers, few people, I think 10 or 11 or whatever people answered. And Priyanka's name was like in gold and going, oh, pick me, pick me, pick me. So I had a conversation with her and I said, are you psychic? And she goes, no. And I'm like, then why did you answer? And she said, because I know people from the inside. And she has been that woman for the past 4 years who has been with me. She has seen the best of me, not the best ever, but she's certainly seen me at my best. And God knows she's seen me at my worst. And her loyalty, like you can't even imagine the loyalty that she has. And what Priyanka has about her beside her psychic gifts, we have to pretend she doesn't have, but she does. What we have to pretend about Priyanka, but what I really know to be the truth is, this woman has loyalty like you've never seen. 11:30 at night, I'm like, Priyanka, I need to do this thing. And she's like doing it with me. Like, what staff do you have? What people do you have in your life? She makes me look at the truth of things. She reminds me when I forget who I am, she reminds me who I am. So that's who Priyanka is for me. And I love you. I've always seen her greatness. And what's gorgeous is she's now manifesting her own greatness. I don't know what Priyanka stands for, but I started calling her Priya. She'd always get this scowl on her face. And I'm like, why don't you like the word Priya? And she said, Priya means little jar of pickles. So she's my little jar of pickles. She wanted to be called Priya or Priyanka, but I still call her Priya. She's my precious little Indian jar of pickles. So here's what I recommend for all of us. If we gave ourselves permission to see the best in ourselves, we can also give ourselves permission to see the best in other people. You're all going to get a recording of this if you signed up for it. This recording is going to be on my YouTube channel. I invite you that if you forget who you are, if you're having a bad day, come back here and let my words that I spoke to each of you, because one of the gifts that I have is I see people's souls. And my purpose in life is to remind people of their relationship with God. And the only way I'm able to do that is that when I look at you, I see God. So you can have anything that you desire. God literally puts everything we want in our heads. The only thing you have to do is give yourself permission. I gave myself permission to be an extraordinary channel. I gave myself permission to be a woman of God. I gave myself permission to start wearing gold because I'm going to stop hiding out and wearing silver and trying to damp my energy down and pretend that I'm not there. I've given myself permission to be thin, and I'm on that journey. I've given myself permission to live a life that I love and to live a life that I'm proud of. So what I will ask of each of you is, what can you give yourself permission for? So I want you to just close your eyes again for a moment. And I want you to take another breath in. And then go ahead and exhale. Where have you been denying yourself in your life? Where have you been saying, I can't have that. I can't do that. I don't deserve that. I'm not worthy of that. I've tried and I've failed every time. Get up and try again. Anything that you can conceive of, God will give us. Okay, you can open your eyes. God literally gives us every desire that we have. First, there's desire. Then there's the intention to manifest what it is that we desire. And that happens in the mind. Desire happens in the spirit. Intention happens in the mind. Then we go down to the emotional body. And in the emotional body, it's where we start to put the energy, the emotion, the energy in motion to manifest our desires. We start to allow that thing to happen. And then there's the acceptance, which happens in the physical realm. And in the physical realm, when your physical desires become manifest, you've worked through the paradigm matrix for manifestation. And it means that you gave yourself permission to have what it is that you desire. If you desire a Maserati and you end up with a beat up Toyota, little work to do. If you desire a Mercedes and you end up with a Maserati, booyah! Clearly, a Maserati is my dream car. And someday I will have my dream car. All right. So Jesus is right here. I'm going to bring him through for a minute because he has something he wants to say about all this. Mm. Greetings, beloved beings. Beloveds, the crucial concept for you to take away from this conversation is that permission is granted to you for every thought that you think. What we are going to ask you to do is to become superlatively hyper committed to being very cognizant of the thoughts that you think. For everything that you have in your life has come through the manifestation of your mind. If there are certain situations that you have in your life and you say, I do not know why this exists, I do not know why this keeps happening, you must dig more deeply, beloveds. You must allow yourself to go from the superconscious to the conscious, to the subconscious to the unconscious, and sometimes even to the body mind. There is pain that is stored within these degrees of consciousness. What we are asking you to do, beloveds, is to do the inner work. For as you begin the excavation or the spelunking down into the deep, dark caverns of what is your consciousness, you will come to meet aspects of yourself that merely need forgiveness, that merely need love. Whatever it is that you resist in your life, you cause to persist. It is a law of quantum physics that has been proven. So look in your lives, beloved, and say, I do not like this person. I do not like this circumstance. I have a grievance. I have an issue. I have a problem with this particular way that I am or that another is. And find it within your hearts, beloved, to give yourself permission to love all of you as I love you, and to love all of the others, for they are also emanations of the light. We thank you for your presence, and we are here to assist you. Should you need us, beloved ones, call upon us. Blessings to you until we speak again. Ah. My life is blessed. The one thing that I would ask you all to walk away with is grant yourself permission to have the life of your dreams. Make a list of what your dreams are if you've forgotten. If you've written them and they're sitting on a vision board and the vision board is somewhere in the corner of the house, dig them out. Allow yourself to use your God-given will to manifest anything through the cycles of manifestation by giving yourself permission to have everything that you desire. I thank you all so much for being here. I love you. I know you. And if you ever forget who you are, please reach out, because I'll remember every single one of you after this little process of being with you today. I promise you that. Thank you for being here. Thank you so much, Tina. If you want to do any work with me, if you want to learn some of the tools and the techniques that I have that help you do some beautiful inner work, we have all kinds of ways that you can participate. I have this gorgeous mastermind that just started. It's going to be a rolling mastermind. We teach over 40 different tools and techniques for spiritual, emotional, mental, and physical transformation. If you ever feel bold enough that you would want to do some one-on-one mentoring, that means we're going to go to work. I'd love to do that journey with you as well. Prank, is there anything I'm forgetting? We have the masterclass. I thought this was coming up. I think is it next week? Anyway, here's my website, Soul Master University. And if you're in classes with me, I love you and I will see you soon. If you're not, you're always welcome. I'm always teaching something. And if you ever need me, seriously, reach out. Sending you all so much love. Thank you, everybody. Shabbat Shalom. Happy Friday.